Hello, Emilia Moreland here. I posted this week on my Instagram earlier that there are some words that we should probably stop using yesterday, like immediately. They're hidden curse words that we're speaking over our lives constantly and we don't even realize we're doing it. And I think the reason this is really important is because there's been some science experiments where they'll put like words like hate or love on a glass of water and like leave it for some time and come back, and like the one that said hate is all gross inside and the one that said love is like all clean and sparkly. So we're mostly made up out of water, and if words can impact, like we can see in an experiment, like a visual impact on the molecular makeup, you can just imagine what some of the terrible things we say to ourselves and about our lives are doing to the trajectory of our lives. The subconscious mind loves to pick up on words that create a picture. If it makes an image, it just picks up on it. It doesn't pick up on words like don't or not, things that you would interject in between words that make an image, and it doesn't pick up on sarcasm. So if you're walking around calling yourself stupid, but you're thinking it's funny and sarcastic, your subconscious mind doesn't think it's funny and sarcastic. So some of the really important words that I think people use all the time and don't realize that it's hurting them is words like unfortunately. I see this one a lot. People say, unfortunately, every time before I'm about to do really great or I'm starting to do really great, something crazy happens and then everything falls apart. Or unfortunately, I don't have that money yet. Unfortunately, I don't have that job yet. Unfortunately, I don't have that education or that certification. And it just sounds terrible. Like, do you use that word a lot? Like, sit there and think for a second and then think, do you really want the word unfortunately narrating your life? I mean, in a lot of religion and science and like manifestation and all the woo-woo stuff, it's pretty commonly said that life and death is in the tongue, and that the words you speak literally create your reality. So if you're saying unfortunately all the time, what kind of reality are you creating or confirming? Maybe you feel like you're not creating your reality and it's way bigger than you and you don't even know how to change it. At least stop confirming it. Quit confirming the fact that, oh, this is unfortunate and this is for me. Stop using the word if, because it sets you up to be in the misfortunate events. Change if at least to when. And if you get comfortable saying, like, if you're hearing yourself say, oh, if I get that job, or if I get this, I'll finally be happy, or when I get this, I'll finally be happy. Try to at least maybe feel what that happiness would feel like and integrate it into your right now. Because you might not feel happy if and when you get the thing you think is gonna change your life and all that stuff. It might make you feel good for a minute until you regulate back into your natural baseline of vibrating, and you're not gonna feel so great. Stop telling people you made me feel abandoned or terrible or angry, or you made me, it's your fault because of the way you made me feel. Don't tell people that. Don't tell yourself that. Don't tell anybody, including yourself, that someone else made you do something. This is this wild thing, and I know this sounds harsh. I know it sounds harsh, and maybe it makes you uncomfortable and you think it's wrong, but the truth is, we all have a choice in how we're going to feel and react to circumstances that we find ourselves in. We all have a choice of what we want to do with ourselves at the end of the day. Maybe we're not used to choosing to take control of that moment inside of us. Like maybe you're broken up with someone or someone's breaking up with you, and that's really triggering, and you feel abandoned and you're upset and you're angry and you're hurt and there's this grief. And then you want to go like slash their tires or something, and you have all these anger issues. You have the choice not to do that, even though you feel provoked to do it. You you have options. Or maybe you don't want to hurt someone else that hurts you. Maybe you want to hurt yourself. You have the option not to do that, but you have to practice moving past it. I tell people, whenever you guys are going through like a really difficult time and something is like freaking you out and stressing you out, like you don't know when you're going to get the job that you want or need, or feel like everything's going to fall apart if this thing doesn't go through for you, or whatever it is, if you're focusing on the issue, then put yourself on the other side of the issue, the version of you that already has the solution, and focus on what it feels like to be that version of you now. Because if you can integrate the person that's already fixed the problem, then you're less likely to be freaking out and stressed out now, because it's already like halfway solved with your nervous system. As if you can get your body to chill out with whatever the circumstances are, you're going to end up having more flexible thinking and more resources to deal with whatever obstacles come your way. Other things that would be great to avoid saying are things like, I'm tired. I know tiredness is a real thing. I'm a mom. I have kids. Trust me, I get tired. But when I jump on the tiredness train, tiredness tends to regenerate itself. But when I give myself words like, I just need to recharge, I need to reset, then it kind of just prepares me to go rest, allow the rest to be productive, and then wake up feeling recharged and reset, rather than just this never-ending tiredness loop that I can't get out of. And you can get out of it. You just have to change your thought process. A lot of people have really debilitating depression, and that tiredness is no joke. But there's always things you can do. There's always tools you can give yourself, and words are like medicine. Only instead of constantly using the word and then finding like a tolerance for that word and then having to find like a recalibration, the more you use the words in your life, the stronger they get. And that goes both ways. So if it's negative, the stronger it gets. And if it's positive, the stronger that gets. So every time you use positive reinforcement, positive words, they double up in their strength. They help you more and more. Another thing is, if you're feeling anxious or nervous and you're saying, oh, I'm nervous, switch it to excited, because I promise you, your nervous system doesn't realize that you're nervous, anxious, or excited. It's just one of the three. And your mind, your brain is the one telling yourself which one it is. So if you're excited, you still have the same tingly or nauseous or whatever it is that's making you feel nervous type of feeling. So change it to excited, because again, it's like a medicine. It takes the edge off of the feeling, and it allows it to open up and go the direction that's not as damaging to the moment that you're in. Today my daughter said, Mom, I'm having a bad day. And I said, you're having a great day. You got to go shopping, you got dresses, you got to do these fun things, but now you're having a bad moment. And we had to talk about it, And she realized, oh, I am not having a bad day, I'm having a bad moment. And then she realized, like, oh, I can change how I see this moment, how I feel in this moment, and have control over it to the point where I'm actually not miserable and I'm happier not being miserable. So, reframing your thought process can go really far, even if you're just a 5-year-old or you're a whole grown up. It helps. It's good stuff. Other words, sometimes we call ourselves like failure, stupid, weak, and you're not really any of those things. Maybe we kind of get used to calling ourselves that when things don't go our way and we blame ourselves. But in any of these words, I think what happens is if we feel like a failure, usually what it is life gives you lessons and then it gives you a test. And if you don't pass the test, you have to take the lesson again. And most reasons why people fail tests is because they either weren't paying attention in the lesson or they weren't paying attention in the test. Either way it goes, slow down and pay attention and give yourself some grace and kindness, because you're not a failure and you're not stupid. And you should never be calling yourselves either of those things. And if you feel like a weak person, work towards and work on whatever it is that you're feeling weak about, because everything is a muscle. Your mind is a muscle. It requires discipline. Your intuition is a muscle. It requires using it, trusting it. Those are the things that make these parts of you stronger, and then you're good to go. And then when you trust yourself, you trust your intuition because you following your gut instinct and you know you're right. Or same thing, like you're following like the difficult patterns in your mind that you know you need to change, and you're changing them. This gets you, like, you will not recognize yourself within a couple of months if you actually work on the discipline of your mind. But it just requires the consistency. It just requires the discipline. And that's it. So yeah, stop using those words yesterday. They're like real curse words. I'm not going to curse the curse words that we never say in front of patients, customers, and clients and children, but unfortunately is the real swear word. It's a real culprit. Things that you like, sit and think about what you say to yourself on a daily basis, and really think about the picture that it paints and think, is that the picture I really want to be painting for me? And if you think that a terrible picture is the picture that you deserve, come see me for therapy. Because no one deserves a crappy picture, and you don't have to live an unfortunate life. You don't. But yeah, that's my take. I am going to be posting a link to my hypnotherapy website if you do want to apply for a session. I'm about to change the website quite a bit and have some different application options, but you can still get through with the contact me box in there. So yeah, if you need me, go ahead and put your information down and I will get back with you. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment or reach out, and I would love to answer them. But yeah, have a better life. Have a great life. Have a very fortunate and wonderful, lovely life. And I will talk to you guys later.